In our scriptures, it said that there are 4 kinds of horses: excellent ones, good ones, poor ones, and bad ones. The best horse will run slow and fast, right and left at the driver's will, before it sees the shadow of the whip. It knows what to do. The second best will run as well as the first one does, just before the whip reaches its skin. The third one will run when it feels pain on its body. The fourth one will run after the pain penetrates to the marrow of its bones. You can imagine how difficult it is for the fourth one to learn how to run. What's it saying? First one knows what to do without being whipped, and each one's successively more whipped. They say this in the scriptures too. The best disciple knows what the guru wants intuitively, without being told. The second best disciple, the guru gives him a little hint, he does it. Third disciple, the guru explains it to him, he does it. The fourth disciple, the guru screams and yells and beats him, then he does it. And the fifth disciple doesn't do it no matter what. So these are the horses. When we hear this story, almost all of us want to be the best horse. I don't know if that's true. Do you all want to be the best horse? Maybe not. If it's impossible the best one, we want to be the second best. This is, I think, the usual understanding of the story and of Zen. You may think that when you sit in Zazen, sitting in that posture, sitting in that meditative state, you will find out whether you are one of the best horses or one of the worst ones. Everybody looks around in my Learn to Meditate class and says, they must be meditating better than me. You know, that guy's meditating, I can't do it. My mind, I must have the worst mind in here. Everyone else is in nirvana. My mind's going. Everyone's thinking that. Here, however, there's a misunderstanding of Zen, he says. If you think the aim of Zen practice is to train you to become one of the best horses, you'll have a big problem. This is not the right understanding. If you practice Zen in the right way, it does not matter whether you are the best horse or the worst one. This is really good. You get this? Doesn't matter. When you consider the mercy of the Buddha, how do you think the Buddha will feel about the 4 kinds of horses? He will have more sympathy for the worst one than for the best one. Right? More compassion to the worst one. So it's good to be the worst horse. When you're determined to practice Zazen, or meditation, with the great mind of Buddha, you will find the worst horse is the most valuable one. The most wretched mind is the best one. Huh? In your very imperfections, you will find the basis for your firm, way-seeking mind. This is very paradoxical. In your very imperfections, you'll find that those who can sit perfectly physically usually take more time to obtain the true way of Zen, the actual feeling of Zen, the marrow of Zen. So if you can sit too perfectly, your mind is too well behaved, he's saying it's harder. Yes? But those who find great difficulties in practicing Zen will find more meaning in it. So I think that sometimes the best horse may be the worst horse, and the worst horse can be the best one. It's very hard to understand that. You can reach out in your intuition, but he goes on. If you study calligraphy, you'll find that those who are not so clever usually become the best calligraphers. Those who are very clever with their hands often encounter great difficulty after they've reached a certain stage. This is also true in art and in Zen. It is true in life. So when we talk about Zen, we cannot say he is good, he is bad in the ordinary sense of the words. The posture taken in Zazen is not the same for each of us. For some it may be impossible to take the cross-legged posture. Even though you cannot take the right posture, when you arouse your real way-seeking mind, you can practice Zen in its true sense. What do you think the real way-seeking mind is? The real way-seeking mind. What do you think? Give me a little piece of what that might mean to you. What do you think that means? The way-seeking mind. Acceptance. Acceptance. Where are you? Oh, way back there. What did you say?
Acceptance.
Acceptance? Yes, good.
Of all
That's very good. In other words, it's the mind that cooperates with your practice. The mind that cooperates with your practice rather than the mind that goes against your practice. So the mind that accepts is a way-seeking mind. The mind that freaks out because there's agitation is not the way-seeking mind. The mind that assimilates the agitation. See, if your mind rises up and deals with your difficulties in mind, then it becomes part of the solution, not the problem. So that which moves towards the truth, towards the self, is part of the way-seeking mind.